on the spot. We get the latest coming to Xbox Live. Ryan McDonald takes you through the First Strike map pack for Call of Duty Black Ops. The GameSpot crew plays a round of You Don't Know Jack. More from Namco Bandai on Dark Souls. And Caro plays Duty Calls. Today on the spot.
Welcome, folks, to the GameSpot studios for another episode of Today on the Spot. I'm your host, Chris Waters. This is my co-host, Caro Pettit.
How's it going?
Hello, Caro. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
February 3rd, early February. What does month of February mean for you gaming-wise?
Ooh, boy. Killzone.
Killzone 3?
I am very stoked. Absolutely.
That's a big one around the office, and we're going to have the review up for that this week, folks. Early embargo on that one. You're going to get to read all about it. Kevin Van Ord is on the case. What else we got in February? Announcements of new games coming up in the year.
Yeah, there's a little, rumblings about this game called Dark Souls, which, is the spiritual successor to GameSpot's own 2009 Game of the Year, Demon Souls.
So true. So epic. We'll be talking about that one a little bit later. We've even got an interview featuring choice bits of information for you folks. But first, it's off to the news desk for the latest headlines.
Hey everyone, it's your GameSpot news update for Thursday, February 3rd. I'm Tor Thorson. Sony released its earnings report today and the news was pretty good. Overall, the company's profits were down slightly, slipping 8.6% to $893 million, and overall revenues of $27.2 billion. The company said the biggest factor behind the decrease was slowing sales of LCD televisions, with Sony's movie division also losing income. However, there was a bright spot on Sony's books, its Network Products and Services division, the parent department of Sony Computer Entertainment. Although its revenue slipped 6.4% from $7.4 billion to $7.0 billion, its operating profit was up 135% to $564 million. Indeed, the company sold 6.3 million PS3s during the quarter, down slightly from the 6.5 million it sold during the same quarter in 2009. Software sales, however, were up significantly, climbing from 47.6 million units to 57.6 million units. PSP sales sank from 4.2 million units to 3.6 million units, with software climbing from 15.0 million units to 16.5 million units. As for the PlayStation 2, the aging console sold the exact same amount, 2.1 million units year over year in terms of hardware, but software fell from 11.2 million units to 5.3 million units. Well, that's it, your GameSpot news update for Thursday, February 3rd. For more headlines, head on over to news.gamespot.com.
And that's what's going on in the news. Hey, Chris, this is a really big week for Xbox Live.
That's accurate. I don't know if you've heard of this new trend. It's where online multiplayer shooters release extra maps.
What?
That you can download and then play on, and they cost money.
Oh, what?
It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So yes, Call of Duty Black Ops.
I've heard of Black Ops.
New First Strike map pack coming down the pipes.
Yeah, it's got a cool name, First Strike.
That's true.
That is not the only thing going on, though. Also, Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, even Rearmeder, is now available for those looking to swing back into action, as it were.
Just add that little subtitle on there.
Yeah.
Even Rearmeder.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. We could polish it.
Okay.
All right.
It's anyway. But for the full story, let's check in and find out what's happening this week on Xbox Live.
This week on Xbox Live, in arcade, guess who's rearming? It's Bionic Commando Rearmed 2. Equipped with his famous bionic arm, Nathan Rad Spencer swings back into action in order to stop an evil general from launching a deadly missile attack. Swing, leap, and shoot your way through lush new environments as you encounter countless enemies and huge bosses. In Games on Demand, appreciate nature by making it dead in Cabela's Trophy Bucks. Try to bring down the biggest buck in this hunting game as you test your skills against four-legged foes. After that, keep the lead flying and gun. Step into the boots of Colton White, a soft-spoken gunslinger, then take part in a breakneck six-shooting tale of survival and revenge. When the smoke clears, grab a jetpack and play Dark Void. Enter a sinister parallel world of hostile aliens, powerful weapons, and deep mystery. Experience the seamless transition between flight and fight as you chase down saucers, battle aliens, and save lives. In-game demos, get your dukes up, it's the EA Sports Fight Night Champion demo. Learn the all-new full-spectrum punch control mechanics that include button controls, and step into the ring to do battle with boxing legends Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali, and current-day stars Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto. In downloadable content, the big hitter this week is the First Strike pack for Call of Duty Black Ops. The Sims 3 adds an Ultra Lounge teen set and Kids Bedroom pack, and Rock Band 3 drops a bunch of tracks. In Video Marketplace, check out trailers for Two Worlds 2, Prototype 2, Crisis 2, Thor, and Test Drive Unlimited 2. That's all the time we have, folks. Join us next week for more This Week on Xbox Live.
So because we know you like to have your fingers on the pulse of this whole new innovative map pack thing, we've got a fly-through of the Call of Duty Black Ops First Strike DLC, courtesy of our own Ryan McDonald. Take it away, Ryan.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Ryan McDonald here, and I've got a look at the 4 new maps that they are doing for multiplayer on Call of Duty Black Ops. So this is the First Strike Map Pack 1, and we're looking at Discovery, which is easily the favorite I have of the 4 so far. It's got multiple layers here and there, got multiple paths, as you can see here, starting out from the spawn point, going out just a ways, got some bad guys coming, take them out, flipping that around and imagining coming from the other side. The map pretty much works the same way, where you come, and it's pretty much kind of these paths, these alleys, these lanes kind of come around side these buildings. And obviously we're taking a look at this one here, and as we'll sneak up a little further, we'll take a look across. Obviously I'm standing out in front of God and everybody, so this is not the way to play. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of visibility in the different areas you have to see and look. So right here, looking across the map, you'll see some folks. That's actually one of my favorite spots right there in that window I'm shooting in. I'll show you that in a sec, but yeah, you can see this kind of good vantage point. Obviously not a place to definitely hang out for any length of time, but I definitely saw lots of folks right here. Here's one of the longest shots right here down this lane here, but here's the building we were just shooting the window of. We'll sneak over this way, come in here. Definitely a good spot to hang out, put some Claymore business behind you, and then peek out the windows and take care of some business and stack up some dudes. Obviously, no camping, just hanging out long enough to get some kills and then move on. So speaking of moving on, here's a spot that I kind of want to point out. You can fall in this map, so don't. Watch out, don't be a dummy like me. There goes another guy right there, but I mean, they even put a sign up and everything right there. You probably saw this in the trailer and stuff. This is actually one of the few maps in the game that actually has destructible terrain. There's a spot right here. You saw this gentleman was taking that out and makes it pretty much an obstacle, so you gotta jump over that. Up a little ahead, here's another spot where you'll see is that destructible terrain, and taking it out right there. My teammate comes in and takes a look at what that is doing. I still got to figure out exactly the best, most effective way to use that. Here you can see, this is actually a pretty good spot right here on the map that is kind of like a, if you want to be in the thick of action, this is the spot to hold if you got a good team, and you want to, kind of be in the middle of the action spot. This is definitely a spot that I found myself in more than a few times, and had lots of enemies around us. And that's pretty much a look at Discovery. I'll end with this cool kill cam that one of my teammates got. Too bad the score limit hit as this went up just with one of the guys, because all 3 of them went flying, but it was still pretty good. So moving on, let's look at Kowloon in a deathmatch as well. So Kowloon, obviously, if you've seen any of the videos leading up to the release of this, Kowloon is basically, it takes place kind of on the rooftops of a lot of buildings. So you can see, running around here at the start of the map, people are kind of filtering their way through the map, finding their spots. This dude dropping a Claymore, getting to his vantage point. But yeah, here's a look at one of the longer spots if you're looking to do some sniping business. Definitely, got some good spots for snipers. There's the zip line you've probably seen in the trailer. I'll show you in just a second how that actually works as we go into this spot here. So the zip line definitely kind of cool, except the part where it basically isn't, because when you go zip line and just like you'd expect, you were totally defenseless and everybody on the map is like, there goes the dude, and you totally take fire, and there you go. I'm gonna leave this Claymore behind me, so if this guy comes looking, you'll find a nice little surprise. Moving on in the map, I found this pipe, and call me crazy, but I wanted to see if I could kind of get myself hitched on it and do a little peekaboo over the top of this thing, maybe catch some people a little unexpected or something. But no, you'll fall and die. So there you go, if you've ever been wondering that. But pretty much, as you'll see here, a lot of folks are still running around the map. Some have been out for a couple days now, still trying to figure out where they're going, kind of figuring out how this works. Kowloon especially is they got places up and down and windows and doors and stuff. So there's some tight quarters here and there, some long shots, and yeah, a lot of people, myself included, still figuring out the best way to kind of navigate Kowloon and make that effective. But you'll see, shooting people on Kowloon works just as good as a lot of places. Here's another interesting thing I'll say is, like, just like on Discovery I showed you a second ago, there are places, I mean, obviously you're fighting on the rooftops of a lot of these these structures, so it makes sense that there are places where you could fall off an edge or two. Here you can see I got my little RCXD, and I am basically riding it around looking for a bad guy to get. And I see one right up here, but unfortunately, my teammates get him, but you'll see, woo, boom. So there's that. Here's a look at Stadium, the third map that we're taking a look at. Stadium and Domination. I will say, I played this map a couple different ways. Team Deathmatch, obviously, and Domination. Domination of the two, I will say that this map I like a lot in Domination, because kind of the way it's structured. You can see here the scaffolding getting out and looking right over the top of B. And you know, for anybody that's played this game at all, you know, Domination's kind of about holding that B if you can, and keeping one of the other, whether it's A or C, you know, to your team. It took us a little while to realize with the scaffolding across the way here, going through this a few different times, that, you know, people that knew kind of were catching on how to play this map. You can see right there, we're getting smoke from up top. But that's kind of the trick that we learned. So you can see in this portion of the game, you know, we got B here. We're down 49-110. Making our way up, though, we got B and we've got C. And once we got the high ground, as you can see some of my teammates around, you know, in different spots up top, we got that vantage point. Once we got the vantage point, and then we had myself and a couple of the teammates basically down below, kind of, you know, playing footsie a little bit, kind of, you know, taking positions, moving, you know, taking one dude at a time, moving. It seemed like that was kind of effective in terms of being able to hold these positions, especially B. You'll see here, you know, just basically moving just slightly out of sight, and then, you know, coming around to take a dude out, you know. So definitely some camping here on some Domination, obviously trying to hold that B position, and then pretty much it's just, you know, coming around the corner, jacking the dude, and then you know, getting those shots. This is especially a good spot I found. It seems like I had that long shot here. I could peek around the corner and get the guy going to B. I could watch my buddy up top right here, although he's not paying attention, and you know, this grenade comes, and then this other guy with his knife comes, and he gets stabbed, and we shoot this guy. So, but this is a spot that I found right around this whole area, right about here. Definitely seemed to be a good spot. But there's a look at our stadium. So Berlin Wall, the last map we'll take a look at. Not my favorite of the four, to be honest. It's got a couple really tight choke points. If you look at the map, you might imagine Berlin Wall, right? A big wall kind of separating the map. But there's a couple break points in it, and you'll see, you know, at the start of the map, everybody again filtering out, going their separate ways, kind of getting the position. But here's one of the break points in the wall. So you go through here, and there's this like no man's land that exists between the break points, and you'll see it's represented by red. But if you try to go through it, this alarm sounds and this automated gun comes, and as you can clearly see, I have yet to successfully negotiate that, and I don't know that you can. I think it just might be like a tease, and maybe you shoot across when people are running. I don't know. But there's a quick look at the 4 multiplayer maps in Black Ops First Strike Map Pack 1. Hope you enjoyed it.
Game demo.
All right, folks, we got a full house for today's daily demo of You Don't Know Jack. I got Sean McGinnis, Caro Pettit, and Van Wyn down the line, and we're in the middle of a heated trivia game. You Don't Know Jack, you might remember it from Days Gone By, and if you don't, or maybe you weren't around in Days Gone By, these folks are going to show you how it's done. Shall we jump back into the game?
Sure, why not?
All right, unpause it. Let's see where our standings are as we go into question 5.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, yeah.
Here's a good one. Your hair smells like blackberry, and it's a diss
So
or
each
dat.
category sort of got their irreverent
Player 1.
categories, each question
You're in
does.
last
And now this
place,
is a
so I choose
specific
you to
type
play
of question that
this
comes
or
up
that.
once around.
I'm gonna read off
Van's
7
going to be handling
phrases
this one,
for each
and
one. Tell
as
me
opposed
if
to
it's
normal questions
a
where you
feature
just
of the
sort of
Nexus 1 phone,
choose the correct
a
answer,
feature
this one you
of
have to
Nexus shampoo,
decide whether the thing that comes up is a feature of the phone or a feature of the shampoo.
If it's about
Nexus just came out too.
press your B button.
Cutting edge.
Topical.
I don't use shampoo. Ooh, or maybe a feature of both.
Ooh, is
Both
it
the
both?
shampoo and the phone.
Faster than your ego on a bad
Now, though
day.
Van is the one
The rest of you
in the
need to
spotlight
hear
here,
this.
Caro and Sean
Lock
can
in your
poach
answers
answers.
before
If
player
they
one, because
answer
if player one
first
gets it wrong,
and Van gets it
everyone
wrong,
got
they're
it
going to get
right.
some
We'll
money.
split the cash.
So
You've got
everyone
30
should
seconds
be on
before
their
the dam
toes.
breaks. Okay, let's move. Anti-breakage system. Digital compass. Volume control. Noise
Oh, that's a
cancellation.
shampoo one.
100,000 to 1.
I bet it's both.
Heat protection. Not tested on animals.
Oh,
No, not your best work, Van. Not your best.
You lost some money.
But these have a way of working out in your favor anyways. They're sort of a built-in time bonus. And it looks like Tom McShay had a steal.
All right.
Which is-
AKA Sean McGinnis.
My gamer tag is Tom McShay. What do you want from me? I have an idol. His name is Tom McShay.
And surprisingly enough, that wasn't taken.
Well, you know.
You gotta pounce on these tags.
Exactly.
And Caro's playing as Cabbage.
Of course.
So she and Tom McShay are like neck and neck for the lead.
Yep.
And Van is close behind. Well, not so close, but it's all right. You'll notice next to each one of their numbers is a screw. That's a feature of You Don't Know Jack, where once a round, you can screw one of your opponents. If you don't think they know the answer, you can put them on the spot and force them to answer. If they get it wrong, they lose money and you gain money. Oh, and here we have a screw in action. Cabbage thinking it's a Tom McShay.
That reminds me of my favorite
How
Joss
tall is the
Stone
tallest
song.
stone
And
at
then I don't know any
Stonehenge?
Joss
2
Stone
Sharon
songs,
Stones,
and
4
you know
Oliver
the answer
Stones,
to this
5
question.
Stone Phillipses.
Phillipses.
Oh no! I got it wrong.
Mighty fine
What would
screw.
I probably would have gone with 5
Want
Stone
even more
Phillipses.
cash?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty tall. Oh,
No,
that's
it's
right.
not over yet.
You get to answer now, Cabbage.
I'll go with that.
5 Stone Phillipses high. The man
Did I lead you
6'2".
astray?
Are you trying to scare every living man, woman, and child to death?
And you
with
can
this
kind of get an
30-foot news
idea
magazine
whether the
anchor
announcer is giving you the
monstrosity?
snarky comment or actually explaining the height of Stonehenge.
That is the last time I trust
stone
you.
at Stonehenge is about 24 feet tall. So you could stack 4
But yet,
Oliver
you are
stones on
still
top of
like
each
way
other to
in the
reach that
lead.
height.
Your screw having had a devastating effect on Tom McShay, and Van getting to mop up. Onward!
Question 7.
Question
I call
7.
this one.
There's only 10
Look,
questions per
return this
round.
maid a milking, please.
And yeah, so if
you
you
had to
played You Don't Know
individually
Jack
wrap all
way
the items
before,
from the song
this
to
guy,
12
Cookie
days of
Masterson, the
Christmas.
narrator, should be very
Packages would
familiar.
end up
Oh
with
god, this requires math.
42, 78.
Oh.
Individually wrap all of the
1, 2, and
items from
3.
12 Days
I
of
think I got that
Christmas.
I
wrong.
see what you did there.
Well,
All went
either
for-
you got it wrong or we
Yeah.
all got it wrong.
All went for 12 square.
Ah, it's gotta be 78.
That
1
was.
plus 2 plus
You went
3
for the
plus 4
mathematically
plus 5
simple
plus
one.
I saw the
And-
biggest number and I picked it.
Didn't go so well.
78 individuals.
Hit some gems, and then there's some groan-worthy stuff. But overall, this got a very humorous tone, and it's very current as well, very topical.
Our production assistant will hand me a piece of paper with a famous
All
quote.
right, what do we
and
have
Wait,
here?
you need that now?
Van and
Get
Cabbage
the email?
I told
are
you, man. For business-related
in the
stuff,
in the
you gotta
black.
message me
Tom
on
McShay
Facebook.
deep in the
So you
red.
don't
That's
have the
fine
quote.
because the last round
remember it.
or the last question of the round,
Well, let
you
me
can
take a
win a
stab
lot
at
of
it.
money in a
can.
hurry.
That's
Alternatively,
true.
you
Who
can
said?
lose a lot of money in a
Chad?
hurry.
If you poke my eye out, then I poke out yours, then the whole world isn't gonna see anything that well, I guess.
So this is a paraphrasing of a famous quote. Who said the actual famous quote?
Players 2 and 3.
Oh wait, I found the quote. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And that was said by
That's correct.
Mahatma Gandhi.
I believe.
You got it right.
That's pretty
Now,
right.
Van,
think I'm gonna
I
start
believe
following
since
this
you,
Gandhi guy on Twitter.
it hasn't registered your
Thanks for
answer
your
yet,
help, Chad.
correct?
Player
Because
1.
you're player 1.
Hey, I have a dream.
no, it did.
I dreamed that you'd get that
So
right.
now there's this thing in
that?
You Don't Know Jack that every round. Oh, I thought you were gonna get hooked up there. Every round has a wrong answer of the round. And so if you
Take a
like
stab at
find a keyword
a
from that
barrel of
answer and then
donkeys.
choose the wrong answer for a
Which
question that
element of the
has that
classic
one,
arcade
you get
game
like double the
Donkey
amount of
Kong
points you
does
could
not
ever stand to
represent
win
a
on
simple
one question.
machine.
So it's sort of an
The stack
incentive
of
to look
barrels,
for wrong
the
answers.
slanted girder ramps,
But if you don't remember what the
Jumpman's
cue
hammer, or
is,
Donkey Kong's elevators.
then it's
Player
just best to go
one.
for the right answer.
Haven't you
Let's
ever
see
heard
how
of
you
a
did here.
pulley? Well,
Oh, who
apparently
picked
you're not
elevators?
as intelligent as an 8-bit ape.
Man.
Players 2 and 3.
Stack of
Ramps are
barrels!
planes, the hammer is a lever, and the elevators are pulleys.
But it's not a
Donkey
machine.
Kong's
Should be all right. There's only one more question and then
I've
the
always
Jack
wondered
Attack
what's
round.
in those barrels.
And
I'm
as you can see, the
guessing
tides can
thousands
turn
of
pretty
rotting
quickly.
princess
Van has
torsos.
now plummeted to negative 5,000, whereas Tom McShay has pulled himself out of the
I
doldrums
wish he could be
of the
here to
second round.
enjoy his success, you know?
You know,
It's
it's true.
time for
He's working hard.
In bed.
That would be a little bit
This
too
is the
weird.
part of
Yeah.
the game where I
That would-
start
that
to feel
would-
like I
I don't
need a
know.
little
would make it-
snack.
The
Maybe I'll
fabric
have a
of
fortune
space and
cookie.
time might be ripped a shred.
Cookie fortune, cookie fortune.
Cookies Fortune Cookies with Cookie Fortune Cookie Masterson.
You have
Oh,
an
Cookie
unusually
Masterson.
magnetic personality. Well, if I'm so friggin' magnetic, who's most attracted to me? Iron Man, Gold Member, the Tin Man. Player 1, he's
Oh, man!
Van making a bid.
Magnets
himself
barely
out.
attract
Iron
gold or
Man.
silver, and mostly know with tin, but they sure do love iron.
Oh, hey! Not bad,
I
Cabbage.
think you could pay a price for
And now we see what happens when the screwing goes wrong.
Player 1, you are now the screwy.
But you know that.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Van, I maybe we forgot to tell you earlier, but we're playing for real money. You are seriously in the hole. We're gonna have to put you on a payment plan because
Jack attack. So you have to pair 2 words. Now the key is the pairing has to be in line with the clue that they're going to show you in a minute. So one word's going to come up slowly through the screen, and then a bunch of words are just going to kind of fly in. And you got to tap A to buzz in when the pair matches. Yeah, you spooked me all night long. So let's see how this one pans out. So we've got a list of some ghosts. Scrooge, spooked by Jacob Marley. Ichabod Crane, Heidi Montag. I think that applies to everything.
Oh, God!
Ooh.
Saw the word.
Van with a quick thumb.
bad Van.
Oh, Ghostface Killer.
Oh, come on, Cabbage.
I think a Wu-Tang Pac-Man crossover.
I don't even know who that
long
is.
overdue.
I guessed, and I got it right.
Good guess.
Don't know who that is either.
Oh, I know this one.
Heyo!
Coast to coast.
Somebody watched Cartoon Network as a kid. It was Tom McShay, also known as me. What?
Oh, he wasn't haunted by Scar.
But he spooked Simba.
Well, just because he's scary doesn't mean he's a ghost.
Oh no, I thought it said Slimer.
Ah, they got you.
Hey, Tom
Tom
McShay.
McShay.
Redemption.
Curse you, Tom McShay.
So you can see there's definitely more. All
His
right.
dad didn't spook him. His dad was a friendly ghost.
That's true. I mean, he was a little spooked when Big Cloud Dad started talking to him.
Fair enough.
Woohoo!
Cabbage pulls it out.
Oh, yeah.
Player 2
This is
drop
by
is
small,
the lowest
small
number? That is the lowest number we've had. We've been competing in the office, and
The lowest number is the person with the most crippling debt. So.
And that person
That's you.
is Van.
Sorry, Van.
Your credit is shot, buddy. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to do some sort of financial, bailout plan.
Government bailout.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the government to bail you out.
We'll work on that campaign, but thank you all for joining me and competing. You don't know Jack, so we were playing this version on the 360 debug. It's going to be coming out for 360, PS3, Wii, and DS, so you can take a look for that game coming up in the next week or so. And now on with the show. Actually, me from earlier today. Before we go on with the show, I want to congratulate Caro on her stunning victory.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Great knowledge. What are your tips, tricks, victory? I don't know. Can you even help people out at home?
I'm a You Don't Know Jack veteran. Me and my friends in college used to just gather around the PC, and get real close and just kind of uncomfortable.
Because y'all had to share the keyboard for the buzz-in.
Yeah, I think it's experience, it's knowledge, a good education, stay in school, kids, and you can rock it. You Don't Know Jack.
Some helpful pro tips, Caro. Now, before we were talking about a little game called Demon's Souls.
Yeah.
A game that also, despite all the helpful pro tips you might ever get, is still really tough.
I was gonna say, I'm much better at You Don't Know Jack than I am at Demon's Souls.
Okay, so are you looking forward to Dark Souls, the spiritual successor we were talking about earlier?
With a tremendous amount of fear and intimidation and, just ready to get my ass kicked. Yes, I am absolutely looking forward to.
That sounds healthy.
Yeah.
That sounds like the proper approach.
I'm a glutton for punishment, and if it's anything like the first game, it's gonna just dole it out in spades.
Well, we've got an interview about Dark Souls to find out just how much or not much at all it's like the original Demon's Souls. Let's roll that now. Find out.
Interview. Hey everybody, it's Ricardo, and we are here at Namco's press event where we are talking with Kei Hirono, who is publishing producer from Namco Bandai, and Daisuke Uchiyama, who is chief publishing producer at Namco Bandai, and we are talking about Dark Souls, which is kind of an exciting title for us because it's very reminiscent of a game that everybody knows and loves, Demon Souls. But to be clear, especially from y'all, this is not a sequel, is it?
Hi everybody, my name is Daisuke Uchiyama. I'm from Namco Bandai Games. I'm the chief publishing producer, as Ricardo did introduce me as. To answer your question in regards to whether or not this is a sequel to Demon Souls, simple answer is no. But generally, we've taken the same team as the team that worked on Demon Souls, and we've taken the base concept and base game system, and actually taken the experience that we had there, recreated a brand new game with a vast explorable environment, with new strategy behind the gameplay and with new features that have been implemented. So I realize that a lot of people sort of call this game a sequel to Demon Souls, but it's actually not. We've recreated the story, recreated the environments, kept the same concept, kept the same team, to create something new for the users to enjoy.
Now, as far as gameplay goes, you're talking about recreating a lot of elements that should be familiar to people. How similar is the gameplay to that in Demon Souls, and what's different from it?
So a couple of the main top concepts in regards to the gameplay is, first of all, the strategic or tactical swords play that the user will be able to experience. This will include several types of the weapons the player can equip, how the player uses the weapons, what weapons to hold. Those are all customizable areas for the players to design their own fighting style. So that's one aspect that has been different as compared to Demon Souls. The second is the 3D environments. We've recreated the world for a whole bunch of exploration so that the player can actually roleplay and travel through the different areas of the game. The reason why I called it 3D was the world is created so that users can accidentally or purposely discover new areas of the game, explore, travel through, and unreveal several dark areas of the game constantly. A couple more really important points that are different from Demon Souls is, first of all, the network system. The base network system that was used in Demon Souls has been carried over to Dark Souls as well. However, it has been highly enhanced for this new Dark Souls game. Basically, we want the users to be able to share the experience and sort of grow up together when they're playing on this special network system. So that's something that is left from Demon Souls but has changed enough for a brand new experience for the users. And we hope that the users can enjoy their actual role playing as the role that they take within the game world. Secondly, I wanted to highlight the exploration. All of the venues will be seamlessly attached. So as compared to Demon Souls, the world will seem a lot bigger. The players will be able to travel through different areas seamlessly and really enjoy the RPG aspect when they travel through the different worlds of the game.
Now, given all the similarities to the original Demon Souls, I know that there's one big question on the minds of many players in America, and that would be the difficulty, because the original game would knock players around in a very mean way in the first 10 minutes, which was surprising for a lot of people. So I think the big question here is this going to be as hard as the first game?
So in terms of difficulty, obviously we don't want to disappoint the users and make it any easier. So definitely the difficulty of the game will be as or even more difficult for this Dark Souls title. However, not just simply increasing the difficulty, the game will obviously be conquerable. As long as they spend time, as long as they strategize, as long as they play the game, the difficulty, again, will be conquerable, and the rewards for being able to achieve or clear the missions within the game will be as rewarding or even more rewarding. And another additional comment to the difficulty of the game. This is a word from the director and producer, Miyazaki-san, is that the way he explains the difficulty of the game is it's spicy but edible and it tastes good. So the goal is to try and make the game as spicy as possible, but have players still eat it and enjoy it and be able to swallow it.
All right, well, that sounds like a good way to go out. So one final question being, when's the game coming out and what platforms? Which everybody wants to know now. So tell us.
So I'm sure everybody's expecting a really good game, so we hope to be able to deliver a really awesome game on the PS3 and Xbox 360. which will be available for everybody in the fall of 2011.
All right, thank you very much. Well, there you go. That is your first look at Dark Souls, which is going to be coming out later this year. Be sure and check back on the site for more.
And that was a look at Dark Souls. Now, Chris, military shooters, big business.
Oh yeah,
right?
They get a lot of attention. A lot of people like to play them.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
They are enjoyed. You know, Call of Duty Black Ops we were talking about earlier. But there's a military shooter kind of flew in under the radar. It's kind of got some similarities with Call of Duty. It's actually called Duty Calls.
Okay.
And I want to.
Seems like maybe that's kind of a little close.
Well, why don't we just take a look and you can be the judge of that for yourself.
All right.
Let me show you what this game is all about.
Okay. Receiving important war message that's full of important instruction. Nice.
Yes. You gotta know what your mission is.
They're relaying it to you, and I can hear that sergeant
It's
giving
involves
you
a lot of
important. Wait,
blah,
what does that
blah.
sign say?
We're entering a real life war scenario.
Oh snap!
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, we're taking things very seriously here.
Here we go.
All right, be careful.
I am an enemy. Boring.
Wait, what?
Master Sergeant Shooter person.
Earned XP, ranked up immediately.
Oh, good gracious.
Yes.
What is your gun? What noise is a gun? Your gun make?
It says boring, because we all know, man, shooting machine guns is boring, man. this is like the shooters your parents would play, man.
Yeah,
okay.
this is totally square.
Yes.
I am an enemy too.
Oh no!
So real.
Oh no! But wait.
So real.
Oh!
You
Saved
do have that.
from the brink of death, and then the recharging health. I am
Yeah.
good to go again.
You recovered from that ketchup splatter like a champ. Are these dudes even gonna shoot you?
I'm just that good. I am just, because I didn't do so hot when I demoed Bulletstorm on the show last week. I've been boning up on my shooter skills, and on this game I am just untouchable. I am unstoppable.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fearsome sight to behold.
Yeah. Gotta grab
Get
that.
Get that shillelagh.
What? Woo! Inventory items.
That stick wasn't that small. Come on, don't sell yourself short here.
Hey, Fox Club 9er. I'm gonna point at you and say something serious to further develop the game's storyline.
Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Oh my God! Oh, the horror.
Horrors of
the
war.
drama of the story.
You cannot stop me unless the game goes into slow motion for some reason, and I become easy to shoot.
Slow motion action shot.
That was quite a bullet.
Rank up! Sergeant, Master, Shooter person.
Nothing but skills. Nothing but skills.
Pretty incredible.
If this game had leaderboards, I would be at the top.
Oh my goodness, this game is like not just breaking the fourth wall, it's like mercilessly demolishing it and then like burning the remains.
It's like putting it in a blender,
scattering it to the five winds.
It puts it in a blender and drinks it.
The answer to will it blend is yes. Oh man, how are you gonna find your way through this enemy strewn, horrible? Oh God, is it? Okay, what's happening now?
I am a paratrooper because that is a real-life war scenario. You cannot shoot me because this is a cutscene to make the game feel more dramatic, like a
He's
movie.
awful cocky.
Soon I'll be landing. I have landed on the ground.
Oh no!
So real.
That was
Boring. Rank up! Sergeant of the Master Sergeant, most important person of Extreme Sergeants to the max.
I think
that is a mouthful.
Now that I'm fully leveled up, I think I'm ready, and I have wide ruled notebook paper. I think I'm ready to face the final challenge of this game.
Is this like the boss? Is there going to be some kind of
I
spoiler
have
here?
a gravelly voice with a big full accent. I have an eye patch and I wear a nice suit. This means I am leader of bad guy. I hold the nuclear missile
I see
bomb.
what you're saying.
I will never give nuclear missile bomb to you. Give the nuclear missile bomb to us, leader enemy boss, and then put your hands up. Okay. USA.
Victory!
Victory. USA is dominate. Oh, and then you have rocket thumbs.
I have done it again.
Wow. That I want those gloves. And there you have it, folks. Duty calls.
Yes, it's worth every penny. This free downloadable advertisement for Bulletstorm.
Yeah, some good tongue-in-cheek jokes there.
Yeah,
Some amusing.
Yeah, it pokes fun at the military shooters we all know and love so well.
Indeed. And that's going to bring us to the end of our show today, folks. Be sure to tune in tomorrow because we've got round 2 of our Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds tournament. And come on back on Saturday for another episode of Tots and the return of trivia, which we're totally not doing today. And for everyone here at the GameSpot studios, I'm Chris Waters.
I'm Caro Pettit.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later.
I think that trivia thing was smooth.
Only on Xbox
Get it
Live.
first here.
Yeah. Anyway.
Call of Duty.